Alright, you guys. I've been feeling epic, not sleepy. I got the house to myself for an hour, maybe two, maybe three. I hope you don't come back for years. But, as you can see, I'm finna do what if Naruto was a Uchiha and was like Kakashi. I, part 3. So, quick thing. I'm finna say this right now. I've been filming hella videos. Just my old man keeps interrupting me since he hating on me since I'm doing something, but uh, uh, just forget that. Alright, but yeah, I got a house to myself. So if y'all don't want to be spoiled about Tatsumi's powers, which I'm pretty sure you wouldn't care, but Naruto and Tatsumi will have the same Sharingan powers. I and like I'm talking about Mangekyo's Sharingan. And also, if anybody have any links to I believe her name is like Mira Mistress, like any type of way that I can find out her ability, since I really want to make a video like with somebody with her powers, but I can't find something that tells her thing. Like I tried looking up fandom, but nothing works. Wiki, nothing. So if y'all have any places where I could look for her powers, please list them down in the comments below. But yeah, that's enough jibber jabber. Let's get straight. Oh yeah, also, if I've been recording some gameplay, so if y'all want me to, incorporate some of my gameplay into my videos, please tell me. I don't mind. It's gonna take up hella storage, but I don't mind. Anyways, as let's just get into this. So we start this video off with Naruto on a date with, I'm gonna say her name is May, as Naruto is dressed up, looking all hot. You feel me? May looks like this. Yeah, she look like that. Naruto's dressed up in a, and what you see on the thumbnail. Now I know it says like Kakashi. Basically, what I mean, his skill level. Like he ain't gonna go through no sort of pain and copy 1,000. Well, I guess he would, but his personality, I guess, and his skills will be like Kakashi. So yeah, as they will be on a date, as Naruto is getting stared down since Mei is the hottest girl in the valley of Kibuku Valley. As Naruto would just glare it off, as him and Mei would just be talking, as Naruto would ask her, "So Mei, how long have you been a spy for Jiraiya?" And she would say, "Oh, I've been a spy for Jiraiya for about 5 years now." She's like, 5 years? So damn near before I joined him. Nah, 3 years, since I'm gonna say there was a 3 year time skip instead of five. So don't want him to be that old. So yeah. She's like, yeah, pretty much. Not that long before you went on your training trip. As he's like, wow, so why would a pretty lady like you work with a pervert like him? As she's like, well, he knew my mom, and she, and I just wanted to join. Really, there's no real reason why. I guess can't find an excuse to tell you. So as Naruto says, "Oh, okay, that's fine." As Naruto would ask her, "May, do you like know how to use any jujutsus or anything?" Or as she's like, "Oh yeah, I have a Kekkei Genkai. It's pretty useful, I guess. I have a Dojutsu Kekkei Genkai." As he's like, "Really?" "Yeah, it's called the Shinsei Naga, and basically I can copy other bloodlines. As he's like, what? Yeah, but I don't like to use it since every bloodline I copy takes off a year from my life. So it's kind of a bad thing. But as he's like, oh wow, that is bad. As she says, yeah, I know, but at least it has some good aspects as I can predict movements and I can also I have like enhanced vision, kind of like what your shutting on gives you, but on a lower level. As he's like, oh really? She's like, yeah. As as he's like, man, if only it didn't, take away your life it would have been pretty good, huh, May? And she's like, yeah, I guess so, but I kind of despise it since my family wasn't the best. My father actually killed my mother and sister when I was younger. As he's like, I'm so sorry to hear that, May. As she's like, don't be. And this KK Genkai belongs to him, so that's why I don't really like it. As Naruto's like, oh wow, if I brought anything up you didn't want to remember, I'm sorry. She's like, I told you it's fine. As he's like, you sure? She's like, yeah. As Naruto's like, okay. As Naruto says, so did you enjoy the food? Food? I'm used to eating ramen, so I didn't really know what to get, so I just got what you got. But as long as you liked it, really. As sorry for my stuttering, but as can't help it, cause I got this thing with my tongue, or I don't know. The doctor gave some strange X. Uh, just forget it. As Naruto say, well, long as you like it, I'm fine. And she's like, yeah, it was really good. Thank you, Naruto. And she's like, no problem. As she's like, well, are you gonna be going anywhere after this date? As she's like, well, yeah, I'm going to Konoha actually. As like, really? Yeah, I have a missionary. Plus, I gonna go visit my cousins, live with them for a while, as well as with my sister since she's pregnant. As Naruto's like, oh wow, that's great. As she's like, thank you. As Naruto's like, so do you know what the gender is? As she's like, oh yeah, it's going to be a girl. As Naruto's like, oh wow, man. As she's like, wait, aren't you from Konoha? As he's like, yes, I am. As she's like, wow, that's nice. As he's like, wait, how do you know that? Nobody else should know. As she's like, well, Jiraiya told me. Who else? And she's like, wait, Jiraiya told you? Yeah. Everybody here knows that you're the One-Eyed Reaper, Naruto, and the One-Eyed Reaper comes from Konoha, so it's pretty easy to tell without Jiraiya telling us. As Naruto's like, oh, as Naruto says, well, I guess I shouldn't be shocked since I'm pretty much always gone when there's a mission with the One-Eyed Reaper going on anyways. As she's like, yeah. As Naruto would say, so what you want to do for the rest of the day since this restaurant's finna close? As she's like, let's go to that carnival that just opened up. As he's like, really? She's like, yeah, let's go. As Naruto like, sure. As they would leave the restaurant, Naruto paying and giving like a $10 tip. As yes, my guy is rich. $10 tip. I'm just kidding, but some people know what I mean. Anyways, as um, he would leave a $10 tip as he would take off, and Naruto would say, "Man, this is good. First time I had fun in 3 years." As he would look at me, as he would say, "Man, this feeling it feels kind of like how I felt towards Sakura, and kind of I guess he Nata, but Sakura likes Sasuke, and I don't even know if he not even like me. So I guess I might just shoot my shot with May. Nah, it's too quick. Got to give it some time, as May says, Naruto, snap out of it. As he's like, oh, sorry, May. Uh, and she's like, yeah, I was talking about how's like your missions and stuff. You know, you're like a tuning, right? You're so skilled, people would think you're a Jonin. As Naruto's like, yeah, I'm Jonin level, but I didn't feel like taking no Jonin ex- exams. And she's like, why not? As she's like, well, let me keep in touch with one of my old teammates, and she's still a tuning, so I want to stay tuning in. I'll progress with her. I guess. As May says, huh? Okay. As Naruto would say, so May, do you have any other family in Kana besides your sister and your cousins? As May would say, no, not really. As May would say, all right, we're here. As Naruto would look, as he would see the giant like space with just carnival rides and Ferris wheels and all this nice looking stuff. As Naruto would say, wow, I've never been to a carnival. And she's like, really? And he's like, yeah. As Naruto, as May would grab Naruto by the hand, as she would just pull him in. As she would turn around saying, well, let's go then. As they would be running around trying everything in the Ferris wheel and eating funnel cake and ice cream and deep fried butter on a stick. If you get the reference, then you do. As Naruto was just having an amazing time. As we would skip to the end, as Naruto is dropping off May, as May would say, well, Naruto, I had so much fun here today with you. I wish we could do this again. As Naruto's like, yeah, me too, May. As May kisses him on the cheek, as she says, well, I guess I'll see you in Konoha. And she's like, yeah, later, May. As Naruto walks off saying, yes, phase one, kiss on the cheek, complete. As Naruto would then walk back to his base with Jiraiya, as Jiraiya would say, ah, Naruto boy, you're back. You were gone for all day. I was starting to get worried. As Naruto's like, nah, no need to. As Naruto's like, so Sensei, did you ever master um that new release jutsu? As he's like, no, not yet. But you're not done with it neither. He's like, I'm so close. As Jiraiya says, well, we'll start your training tomorrow. As Naruto's like, sure. As Naruto would go to sleep, and we would skip to the next day as he's training, and right now Naruto knows how to channel lightning through his sword, and he uses his lightning to kind of enhance his speed and and his strength. He also knows the lightning clone jutsu. Naruto, like I said, learned the Rakiri. Rakiri, I believe that's how you say it. He has that, which is basically a stronger version of the Chidori, and he has the regular Chidori, and he has a jutsu kind of like Kirin, but it's not Kirin. Like it's as strong as Kirin, but there's he doesn't need a thundercloud or he doesn't have to shoot fireballs in the air to create one. So basically, what this jutsu is he basic like you know how everybody has like I guess static. I guess built up. Well, he withdraws that, or he withdraws kind of like chakra from the earth, or sage chakra. I guess you would say with and mixing it with his lightning nature which would make it like 10, 20 times stronger than even a Raikiri, which is a really strong lightning style jutsu, which I believe that is a S rank jutsu, I believe, as Naruto would be working on his new release jujutsu, the Earth release Rasengan as let me see if I can find the art for it. It'll look like this. Sorry. Now I know you guys might be thinking, Liza, that's just a freaking magnet Rasengan, right? No, it's not. One, there's not the magnet strips on it. Two, this one is different. This release basically infuses the Rasengan with Earth Chakra, and on impact, it'll turn anything it touches into Earth for about 5 seconds. So the effects isn't long, but it does take a toll since if you hit them in their arm, they won't be able to use their arm, and if they don't know how to use one-handed hand signs, they're pretty much screwed, you know. So yeah. Now we will skip over to Sasuke. Yeah, as over these years, Sasuke, if I didn't say it in the last part, actually is being mind controlled and mind wiped by Orochimaru as he's slowly starting to get his memories back as he remembers all those harsh words he said to Naruto, but he feels like it's too late for him to return and uh and apologize to him. He thinks that Naruto probably hates him as he's not even focusing on returning home. He's just focusing on getting strong, knowing that Naruto is getting stronger, and so is Itachi, and he wants to get strong enough so he can beat Naruto and beat Itachi as if you're thinking that Naruto killed people, he hasn't. Alright, he never witnessed any death besides the massacre of his clan and Zabuza's death and stuff like that. But I mean, Haku's death, and he never witnessed any death, and he never killed anybody. He would just subdue them. So yeah, he's finna awaken his Mangekyo as. That's all done on spoiling. I'm not finna tell you his abilities though, as Naruto would be on this mission as there was a rogue ninja with this ominous chakra as he personally requests for the one-eyed reaper to come as he would be in his village as Naruto would say, what do you want with me as he's like, it's you as he snaps his fingers as a bunch of his goons would just come out as they would have hostages, children, and pregnant women and babies, as they will all have kunais to them, as he's like, okay, I have this one request. Give yourself to me so I can feast on your chakra. It's so strong and immense. I need it. As Naruto's like, I would never do that. Let go. Let go of the hostages. Then we might come to some sort of agreement. As he's like, kill them. As Todagoons kills off a 3-year-old kid and an old lady. As Naruto's like, dang it, stop killing the hostages. As he says, as he does a shadow clone, as they all come behind the guys grabbing the kunais, as Naruto charges towards the main guy, as he jumps him out the window. As that's when Naruto would just see the building that he just jumped out of explode, as one of the guys was basically a living bomb, as he turned his chakra to where in a certain condition that it would explode, killing everybody. As Naruto feels like he failed, feels like he couldn't do anything. As that's when the guy would punch him. As Naruto kind of falls back some. As Naruto would stand up. As he says, Shadow Clone Jutsu. As he would form a Rasengan. As he would charge towards the guy, hitting him flat in the face with the Rasengan, as the guy would get sent flying. As the guy says, that's a nice trick, kid. As you might be wondering, couldn't he just absorb it? No. Alright, he has to eat your flesh to absorb your chakra. But anyways, as Naruto would say, why do you want my chakra? As he's like, that's the only way. The only way that I can get strong enough to burn this world. As Naruto's like, damn it, who is this guy? He's a lunatic. As that's when the guy would say, kid, those people died because of you. If you would have just turned yourself in to me, letting me feed on your chakra, feed on you, then they would still be alive, kid. As Naruto says, I would never let you feed on myself. As the guy says, oh, what's up be it. As a sword just magically appears in his hand. As Naruto's like, what? As he would charge towards Naruto. As Naruto would take out his sword, channeling lightning chakra. As he was swinging, and the guy would dodge. As he would channel fire chakra, since that's his. No, he would channel this black energy through his sword. As Naruto would say, what kind of chakra nature is that? Kind of reminds me of the curse mark. Huh. I don't want to think about that thing. I got rid of it 2 years ago. I mean, a few months ago. I think it was feeding on my chakra, but it did make my chakra a lot stronger, denser, and give me a slight bit more chakra pull. As he's like, no, but this is more chaotic and evil. I can just sense death inside of this chakra. What is it? As Naruto would charge towards the guy with his lightning sword. As the guy would block. As he would punch Naruto. As it was so fast, he didn't have a chance to react. Now it's dark, alright? It's dark. As Naruto says, dang it, as he channels chakra into his fist a buttload as he punches the guy as the guy gets sent into the cave. Not that far as Naruto would pretty much body flicker, but he didn't. He was just moving so fast that it looked like a body flicker as they'll be fighting inside the cave. Their punches are making shockwaves as they both are getting pretty low on chakra, and that's something. Naruto getting low on chakra. But this guy he has more chakra than Naruto, and y'all might be saying that's insane. The only type of people that can have more chakra than Naruto is Otsutsuki, right? Well, yeah, but this guy too, as Naruto would be fighting him as Naruto's getting on his last draw, as the guy says, "You're out of chakra, aren't you?" As that's when he would charge towards Naruto, Naruto falling to his knees as he's like, "I won't give up." He takes his sword as the guy jumps on him as Naruto in a hurry grabs his sword and sticks it in front of him as the guy pretty much impales himself on Naruto's sword as the guy would bleed out, carving a bit of blood on Naruto's face as Naruto would push him off as Naruto never killed. He never felt the sensation of blood on him. It felt quite good, but he didn't like it at the same time as Naruto's eyes would turn red as I know that's not the best way to awaken his Mon Mangekyo, but that's the only way I could think of it since the pain arc would be a bit too late. That's what I feel like. So yeah, as Naruto would awaken his Mangekyo Sharingan as his Mangekyo is kind of like I guess Sasuke's as the guy would be on the ground next to Naruto as he would say Raiden as Naruto's like what? My name is Raiden as Naruto's like Raiden as the guy would be forming some hand signs as his hand would glow bright as he would put his hand over Naruto's head as Naruto would get these memories of his childhood and of his KK Genkai Chaos release as Naruto's like, you had such a traumatic childhood as he's like, yeah. As Naruto's like, what is this Chaos release as? He's like, a KK Genkai that I have was given to me by a Sharingan user like yourself as he's like, what? As the guy says, this jutsu is more effective. This Kekigenkai is more effective with the Sharingan than a normal person or any dojutsu since it does something weird, really weird. It mutates it, not changing the appearance, but changing its power, giving it extra strength. As he says, and I just gave that to you, kid. You can use it as normal chakra, or you can use it to boost your Sharingan. Whichever one, please let it work. As he's like, sorry for the life that I took, my lord. As he would die. As Naruto says, damn it, damn it. My hands are stained with blood. As he would be walking back, as Jiraiya would just see him in his down state. As Jiraiya says, hey Naruto, as Naruto just ignores him and walks to his room. As for the next week, Naruto would just be in there depressed, doing push-ups and sit-ups and crunches. As Jiraiya would come in, as Jiraiya says, Naruto, I got you something. As Naruto's like, what is it? As he's like, well, there is a Ichiraku shop down here in this village. So I got you some Ichiraku ramen. As Naruto's like, Ichiraku? As Jiraiya's like, yep. Here you go, as Naruto takes a bowl and slurps it down, as Naruto says, I feel in a whole better mood, as he says, thank you, Jiraiya Sensei. And Jiraiya says, no problem, Naruto. As he's standing up, getting ready to leave, as Naruto grabs his hand, as he's like, Sensei, sit down. I need to tell you something, as he's like, what is it, as Naruto says, the guy that I was fighting that I killed gave me his Kekkei Genkai, as he's like, what? What do you mean gave it to you, as Naruto's like, I don't know, as now you're seeing the part when I say like Kakashi, because Kakashi was given a Sharingan. That was a Kekkei Genkai. Eh? Anyways, as he's like, what do you mean? As Naruto says, he said it was supposedly some Kekkei Genkai that originally belonged to the uchiha, but he got it and he gave it to me. It's called Chaos Release. As Jiraiya's eyes will widen as he's like, Chaos Release? Impossible. As Naruto like, what do you mean? Do you know something about this? As he's like, Naruto, I guess it's time I told you about your family. As Naruto's like, really? He's like, yes. As he's like, your father is the fourth Hokage. As like, what? My father? The first Uchiha Hokage? Yes, your father was the first, and your mother was known as the Red Death of Konoha. Kushina Uzumaki, probably one of the most strongest Konoichi at the time. As Naruto's like, oh. As he's like, so my father is Minato Uchiha. Yes, he is. As Naruto's like, so that's why nobody would tell me my father was one of the greatest ninjas alive, huh? As Red like, yes, your father created the Rasengan, and he also wielded Chaos Release. As Naruto's like, what? As Jiraiya says, and your father gave me, I guess you could say, a duplicate of that Kekkei Genkai, as he would make a Chaos Rasengan, as it would be purple. As Naruto would say, my father gave you our clan's Kekkei Genkai? Yes, he did. He gave it to me as a token of appreciation for me teaching him and being there in his darkest times and being there for him through day and light. As Naruto says, well, I'm glad he gave it to you and not anybody else. As Jiraiya says, oh, I thought you would be mad at me. As Naruto says, I can never be mad at you, Jiraiya Sensei. As Jiraiya says, well, that's good to hear. As Naruto's like, so can you tell me more about this Chaos Release? As Jiraiya says, yeah. As here's how Chaos Release works. All right, so Chaos Release is a Kekkei Genkai, right? It was created from the energy that the chakra tree, I guess, emitted, creating this dark energy. It's not dark matter or anti-chakra, but it's energy full of negative emotions and death. It is fueled by death and killing and rage and pure bloody murder hate. As it drives it, it grows stronger, and the more it's passed down, the more hatred that person has. The next person is passed down to their hatred. It'll grow stronger and stronger as it has its own jutsu category. It has its first jutsu chaos release per prison of the hell dragon. As it sounds weird, but basically You're stuck in this dark cage that's sucking your chakra, basically. As now, this jutsu was only a one-time thing, like a last resort. Alright, as it sucks all your chakra, as it also allows you to gain the chakra that is sucking out, but it'll kind of heal you, but nothing too fancy. And in that cage, a dragon would appear, as it would basically submerge the energy entering its body with all of its chakra, and the chakra would be so overwhelming it'll cause your enemy to pretty much self-destruct, as it has some other jutsus, as they're not really that important, like the chaos release Rasengan. And I'm gonna let Naruto have the chaos release Chidori. So yeah, as Naruto says, wow, this Kikagen Kai of mine is so strong. Yes, he's like, yes, Naruto, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you have one more year until it's time for us to go back to Konoha. As Naruto's like, really? Well, why are you sorry for telling me this? As he's like, I thought you'd be mad since they treated you like crap. As Naruto's like, I can never be mad. That's my home. I have family. Now we're gonna watch freaking Fast and the Furious. Anyways, as he's like, so for this year, I'll teach you how to use your Chaos Release KK Genkai. I'll teach you everything that I know about it, Naruto. Hold on, let me take a sip of some water. Alright, so for the next year, Naruto will be training with it, as frick, what was I finna do? Naruto actually became friends with the Nine Tails, but he's not able to use the KMC since the seal is messing with it in some way. I just chop it up the plot since I don't want to give him the KMC cloak yet. Alright, as he learned the Nine Tails' name is Kurama, and the Nine Tails taught him some jutsu, since the Nine Tails chakra natures are fire, earth, and that's it. As the Nine Tails would send jutsu to his mind, as he would actually be given the fox summoning, and he would also learn fire style, fox hell eruption, which basically the magma in the earth would crack through the ground encasing anything, which is a pretty much a one-shot kill jutsu. And he also learns combination style, where he uses both his fox and frog. The frog uses that silk stuff, and the fox uses fire, mixing it together. Combination style, hell, silky hell, silky hell blast, as is pretty much how it sounds. That acid stuff that the frogs make is basically coated in fire that does double damage. And yeah, you would have a lot more jutsu, so we will skip to when Naruto shall arrive to the Hidden Leaf Village, as Naruto would have the exact same relationship with Konohamaru. I just didn't feel like, incorporating that into my first two parts. So yeah, as Naruto would be there, as his interaction with Sakura would go differently, since Naruto didn't make the sexy jutsu, and she never hated him, man. and instead of saying she looks exactly the same, he's like, yeah, you 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 look more like a woman, so much more mature. As she's like, is that so, Naruto? As Naruto's like, yeah, a lot more mature. As Jiraiya would say, smooth on the lips, kid, smooth on the lips, in his mental mind. As um Naruto would be walking and walking, as he would arrive to the Hokage's office. As so, the interactions would be the same. As we will basically skip to the second bell test. As here's pretty much how it goes. Kakashi gets his ass kicked. I so Naruto a lot better in chakra control. Soon as the fight would start, Naruto would make a, what should I name it? I'm gonna name it lightning cage. So yeah, he would make a lightning cage that would trap Kakashi, and it would start to close and close as Kakashi's like, what kind of lightning style jutsu is this? As he's like, well, like, glad I had my Sharingan so I could copy it. As he would basically poof because that was a shadow clone. As next thing you know, he yells lightning cage as a lightning cage comes over Naruto. As Naruto says, nice try, Sensei. As it's coming behind him, as he turns around, seeing Naruto grabbing the bell. As he's like, shadow clone. As he body flickers out of there. As he's under the ground. As he started to read his book, saying, "Y'all just hide out here." As Sakura would punch the ground, trying to impress Naruto. She's like, "You seen that, Naruto?" As he's like, "Yes, we found him. We found Sensei." As Kakashi says, "I dang, I am in some stuff." Sakura is pretty much an imitation of Tsunade, and Naruto, I don't even know anything about him. Oh my gosh! As as it's starting to rain, and Naruto, he's fighting with Kakashi, and he's wearing his mask. I'm gonna say Naruto is, as he kind of likes to wearing it. Now his mask, it kind of looks like Toby's mask or Obito, or I just realized Toby is basically Obito's name, because look, O Obito, I believe, and look, Toby, right? Isn't that like the same one? Tobito, right? Right? Anyways, as his mask is kind of like Toby's but red. I not orange but red. As Kakashi would throw a wind style jutsu towards him, as a piece of his mask would come off, and it's raining. As Kakashi is pretty badly beaten, and Sakura's hiding in the woods somewhere, trying to get a tactical advantage. As Kakashi says, "Well, I'm glad I know how to do this." As Kakashi would combine his water and fire, I guess you can say boil release when it's not. He just combined those two chakra natures to create steam. As there's a bunch of steam uh around him as he's sweating, as he punches Naruto, as he can sense him behind him, as he punches him, as it's been 5 minutes, and Naruto, he hasn't done a single thing. As Kakashi thinks that he won until you see this scene right here. Yeah, we pretty much have this scene, and if y'all notice, yeah. So yeah, after Naruto came up behind him in this badass way Kakashi turns around in fear as Naruto has a Chidori in his hand as he said, Chidori, as Kakashi barely dodges it as he's like, Naruto, you're trying to kill me? As Naruto's like, no, I didn't put enough chakra in it to make it lethal. Now, that's like a one-shot kill jutsu, but chop it up the plot, alright? As, as Kakashi says in his head, that was terrifying. The way he just pulled up behind me so smoothly. Oh, I wish I was that cool. Uh, as yeah, I had to mute the audio if you already seen that, cause I ain't trying to get copyright, even though I don't care. But yeah, as Naruto, Naruto would say, I gotta end this quickly. As he would say, Sakura now. As she would come from under the ground, as it was only a shadow clone in the woods. As she would grab Kakashi's foot, pulling him under the ground. As he would make a substitution, as Naruto says, one style airwave, as the air would just blow all the smoke away. As he would see Kakashi, as he would just pretty much body flicker behind him, as well in front of him, as he would kick him in the face, as he would get sent flying into a tree. As Kakashi would say, oh, Naruto, you gotten stronger. You already broken two of my ribs. I surrender. As Naruto's like, wait, really? Yeah. As Naruto's like, well, I wanted to give this to you, as Kakashi like, what is it? As Naruto's like, well, it's nothing but a sneak review to my latest book. As he's like, wait, what? Don't tell me. Yes, the second volume of the Ramen Lord's book, aka me. As Sakura like, wait, you're the Ramen Lord? Oh, I mean the Ramen Sage? Yeah. Is that shocking? Yes, of course it is. I am a big fan of your books. As Naruto's like, Sakura, I didn't know you were a pervert. And she's like, oh, no, cause there's some medical stuff in it. That's all. Kind of blushing in embarrassment. As Kakashi's like, yeah. Speaking of perverts, how did you get all this inspiration? As Naruto's like, oh, experience, I guess. As Sasako said, what? And Naruto's like, okay, fine, alright. Me and Jiraiya went peeping a few times, but that's it. That's it. As she's like, oh, so you didn't actually do anything, right? As Naruto's like, no. As she's like, oh, thank goodness. Naruto's minds and minds alone. Not knowing that May Hinata. Anyways, as bell test would end, and um we would skip to the first mission, as I don't remember what it was in canon, so just skip that. Now Kakashi is in the hospital. Yamato is there. Alright. So here's how the missions would go. Pretty much Naruto, Sakura, Yamato, and Sai. So yeah. So their first mission, they would have to, I'm gonna say, go to this low life village and supply it with healing and some food, as they have to escort the traveler, as well. As Naruto says, oh, this seems pretty easy. As Yamato says, why don't you take off the mask? We all know what you look like. As he's like, Oh yeah, I guess I just got used to wearing it in my mercenary days. I guess as like yeah, take it. As Sakura's like yeah, take it off, Naruto. I can't wait to see. As as she's thinking, yes, Naruto, take it off. I can't wait to see her. Oh, your handsome face. As Naruto would take off his mask in that sexy way, that slow way. You feel me? As Sakura say, oh wow, you're wow. As she would just faint. As Naruto say, Sakura, is there an enemy? I didn't sense him as. Naruto would slap his head. I mean Yamato would slap his head as he's like Naruto, you're such a good dunce as. He's like, what do you mean? As Yamato's like, with the nosebleed thing. Why did you have to take off the mask so sexy? Huh? Huh? It'll make any straight guy gay, bro. No homo. I'm wearing socks saying this what if I so well technically I'm wearing a cover, but anyways as Naruto would just say, oh, well I guess I'm just that charmful. As a few hours later Sakura would wake up and they would be halfway there to the land of plastic, yeah. As through their journeys, they've been encountering a few weird things as they almost ran into several traps, and Naruto is starting to feel a bit sus, you feel me? Feeling a bit like a little sussy baka. If you seen the meme, then you know what I'm talking about, right? Anyways, as Naruto would tell Yamato like, I think somebody's trying to ambush us. As Yamato's like, yeah, me too. As and that's when explosives would go off, and in the nick of time, Naruto would activate his Sharingan, that being the Mangekyo. As time would stop. As Naruto's like, what? As he's like, never mind that. As he would push Sasuke, Yamato, and he would put a Earth style wall in front of the driver. As time would resume after 30 seconds. As Naruto would say, "Whoa, that was mad freaky, bro." As yeah, that's Naruto's first ability, time stop or time freeze for 30 seconds. And there is a 30-second cooldown. So yeah, as he also has the ability to reverse time 30 seconds, and that has a 30-second cooldown. So yes, a pretty good one. If he spams that, nah, I'm gonna say a 5-second cooldown for each. So yeah, as Naruto would say, that's probably my Mangekyo ability. As Naruto actually has his dad's eyes, as Jiraiya actually has them in their Sharingan state, as Minato actually has some normal transplanted eyes, since he knew one day that he'll die and have to give his son his eyes, so he took them out and has some normal transplanted eyes from somebody that willingly gave them to him, as Jiraiya gave it to Naruto. As so Naruto says thank you Jiraiya sensei. As Naruto's eyes would bleed a tiny bit, as um Yamato say, was that a Mangekyo ability? As Naruto's like, yeah, I guess so. It seems like mines have to do something with time freezing. As he's like, okay. As she's like, did you see any enemies? As Naruto says, yes, I seen 2 of them. So why didn't you kill them? Naruto's like, well, there was debris coming towards you, Sakura and Sai. So I move you guys out the way as he realizes that he's inside the car. As he's like, oh wow, that's pretty neat. As he's like, does this ability have a cooldown or anything? Because we have to know. No, because we don't know how many more is in there. As Naruto's like, I've been counting down, trying to use it. It seems like there's a 5 second cooldown. As Tenzo says, okay. As Naruto would say, so how we gonna do this? We're gonna kill them or just question them, beat them up, beat them up and question them. As Yamato would say, how about we beat them up and question them? As Naruto says, sure, I like that. As yo, I could have sworn that that thing says 67 minutes, bro. As they would, just step out. As there would be 30 of the guys. As Naruto like, all right, let me count to see how long I could use this time for you. As he activates it, as he starts off by taking out 10 of them with just gluing their feet to the ground with the earth style foot jail jutsu. Yeah. As he says, all right, 10 seconds, 15. As he sees that time starts to slowly resume by the time 20 seconds starts. As 30 seconds hits, he only missed one person. As Naruto yells, 30 seconds, Yamato. As Yamato's like, alright, he can use this time freeze ability for 30 seconds. As Yamato uses his wet release to basically just um glue the other guy to the tree. As they will crush him. As they will find out that they're from this organization called the Black Leaf, and they're a terrorist group, and Yamato is actually after them since they're trying to kill Naruto. And now that they know Naruto's there, they had this relay system, so they heard everything. As that's where I'm gonna lay this off. I hope you guys liked it. So it might sound a bit rushed, but please bear with me, okay? So yeah, peace.